Okay, well, it is 6:30 on the nose. I'd like to call this Rye Township Board of Supervisors Budget Workshop. This is the second one. To order, let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so, once in a moment of silence, please. Do we have any citizen participation at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on to the budget workshop and minutes from the last one. Do we not need to?
I forgot to
Motion to
put it on the
approve.
agenda, so I have it on the agenda for the supervisors meeting next
Okay,
week.
that's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
Sorry about that.
No.
That's okay.
No, no problem, thank you.
All right. do you want me
Tanya,
to-
do you want to start in, please?
Absolutely. Okay, so general fund revenue, I made no changes from what we looked at last month. The end number was $737,400 in projected revenues.
Okay,
In the expenses section, 01405-100, office staff pay, having no.
I'm sorry, what page?
I'm sorry, it would be the first page of the expenses for the general fund. So I think it's page
That's
4.
Okay, okay. And, yeah, if we can just add the page number to these, it just,
Absolutely.
easier for me to follow that way, thank you.
So about halfway down, 405-100 office staff pay.
Mhm.
It's in, I have everything that I made changes in red.
Okay.
So the reason I made that change is because we just talked last month about changing the solid waste from 20% to 10%.
Mhm.
And so that's with that change.
Okay.
And then under 405-215, I went back through the software under document management on that
Mhm.
line item. There has never been any historical, anything ever put to that line item, and it had $1,000 in it, so I took it out.
Good move, okay.
All right, the next page, there's no change on anything in public safety. There's no change in public works. The public works highway portion, which is the last section, in red, you have 01-430-100 road crew salary. Again, that's 10% to solid waste instead of,
430.
it's at the bottom of the page you were just on. In red.
Right there.
Oh, 430-100.
Yeah, 430-100, yeah.
Okay.
So that's 10% instead of 20%, and the overtime is, I changed to $25. It was at $46.25 and it comes out, I don't know why,
Okay.
but I made it 4,600 because that was the roundup for the number that needed to be there.
Makes sense.
And if you go to the next page, the other and the culture recreation, there were no changes. So if you go to the last page of the general fund,
Mhm.
under miscellaneous expenditures, 01484-000 workers' comp insurance
Mhm.
is reduced to 90%, or and up to 90% instead of 80%, because I took,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so that I reduced the amount coming from solid waste. And then the payroll tax expense, 01487-161 is the same thing. It's updated based on the payroll coming from the general fund.
Right, instead of the solid
Correct.
waste.
And then your transfer to capital reserve is changed just to balance. That was where I put my
Okay.
extra money.
Okay.
So that's the only changes in the general fund, and that balance is at $737,400.
Okay. Last year we were at $1,048,000.
Well, you had ARP funds in there
Yeah.
at 200 and some thousand, so
a
that was
big-
part of
that was a
it.
big chunk, I'm sure.
And if you had any questions about any of the stuff, I do have my paperwork from last month that had all my notes on it, if you, there's anything you wanted to question,
No.
why I changed it.
I know we're not voting on approving them.
But all my
Very
changes
nice
are in
job
there.
on this.
Thank
That
you.
was-
Thank you.
I
I wanted
was
to-
reading it the other night and I thought, this is.
It took quite a while to do, but I wanted it to be very clear why I did what I did.
Well, this is first rate, so thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, was there anything further?
Anything on that one?
Yeah.
No? Okay, if you go to solid waste, which is the next page, your changes are in red. I reduced the balance on the transfer from capital reserve to $23,093, as opposed to the $40,000 that was in there for 2025.
Okay.
Solid waste salaries, I reduced to the 10%, which made that $9,000.
Okay.
I reduced workers' comp insurance to $500 and solid waste share payroll taxes to $700. And then the pension plan contribution also is reduced. So that budget for income and for revenues and expenditures balances at $266,166.
Okay.
Good? You
Okay.
understand?
I mean, I'm good, I'm good.
Okay, okay.
All right, liquid fuels. So I reached out to Rick Levan from the state, had him come and go with the guys out and take a look at the roads. Johnny had some idea what he wanted to do. There it is. So Rick was here yesterday, and then I had a talk with him after they got back. The proposed roads are at the bottom under estimates. The only thing I added to the figures at the top is the $40,000. I have the interest earnings we project, the liquid fuels taxes, which we've already received a letter saying what they're going to be, a total, and then I have the $40,000 that we put from the general fund to go toward roads. You need the last page, Jim. Are you looking for what we did last year?
Liquid fuels.
Are you missing it?
Are you missing the
I'm
page?
missing the page.
You're missing
That's
the
why-
page. Oops.
That's to keep you on your toes.
Oh, well.
It's just to see if you were paying attention. I have
Okay,
another
where
one.
did I put this?
Here. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right, thank you very much. Is this the same as?
It is,
Yes,
it's just
okay.
you were missing the last page.
Okay.
Okay, so that gives us a total of $155,410.80. We're gonna have, I expect to have $4,057.06 plus any interest we get yet this year left in the account, which leaves us a remaining balance of $159,467.86 for projects next year. So then the middle part under expenses is simply what we did this year. So that's a snapshot of 2025 expenses, showing how I got to the
How you got your- how you got to the
$4,057.06, right?
remainder, yeah.
And I will have the check for the paving for 2025. I will have that approval for you on Tuesday at the meeting. Okay, so at the bottom, proposed projects. So Rick went out with Johnny, and the roads that they talked about doing were Spruce Road from 850 to Willow Street, which is 30 feet by 704 feet. Reed Drive from 850 to the new paving section that was already done at 28 feet by 3,766 feet. Woods Drive from Reed Drive to the cul-de-sac, which is 28 feet by 1,023 feet. Cherry Drive from the cul-de-sac to Reed Drive, which is 28 feet by 800 feet. and Lee Drive from Reed Drive to the cul-de-sac, 28 feet by 1,160 feet. The paving is not bad, it's just cracked. And it's going to disintegrate if we don't do something with it.
Oh, Reed is definitely correct.
So what Rick recommended was a tar and chip. And because those roads are not heavily traveled like New Valley or 850, I expressed some concern about the road pinging with the stones. This is just me personally, having worked with a road crew at Duncannon, which is a little different than Township, but I don't like that, and I don't like it on roads where people drive fast because it causes accidents. So anyway, we discussed all that. I called Russell Standard in Fayetteville and got pricing for single layer tar and chip, double layer tar and chip, and they have a new process called fog seal.
Well, that's what this first line is there, seal coat and aggregate fog coat.
Seal coat and aggregate is just the tar and chipping, and then the bottom line is the fog coating, all of it.
Okay.
So I talked to Russell Standard's engineer again today. So what they normally do is, they don't want to put it over anything that's new paving. So if we had sections that were new paving, or if we had done base work already, they would not want to do it for at least a month afterward, because that's got so much moisture in it that it just makes it gummy. It doesn't soak in. But because those roads are so porous, the first coat soaks down in, and then they put the stone on, the chip on, and it's number 8 aggregate, and then they roll it to press it down in. Then they do the second coat and they roll it again. Then they wait a week and they come in and they do what's called a back broom, which sweeps anything loose that's remaining off before they put the fog coat on.
Okay. So that's actually 3 layers of,
Yes.
3 layers of
Yes.
liquid asphalt.
Right. But we're looking at the difference between a few $1,000s, well, not a few thousand, it totals up to a decent amount of money. But you're looking at $4 a square yard for the tar and chipping, and 85 cents a square yard for the fog seal, as opposed to $110,000 a ton to put in new pavement. So Rick's telling me we can probably get another 5 or 6 years at least if we go this route.
So now we went from square yardage to tons.
Okay, so at the very bottom is the section of Lamb's Gap that is really bad. That under fog coat, you have Lamb's Gap, and I don't know what a point is, but to Evergreen Drive, it's a total of 2,181 feet by 22 feet. And that cost we put in at the same price. He said that he thought that paving was gonna be about the same as what it was this year, which was $110 a ton. So that put it in at 55,000. So that came in over and above what we had. That total for everything was 168,658. But we have money in CDs for road projects. And to me, it makes more sense to use some of that money and do stuff before we get to the point where we have to use all of it, because we've got things that far deteriorated. So that's my recommendation.
Now, with the whole seal coat and stuff or whatever, so Rick's saying if we do that, we can get at least another
5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years before we'd actually have to put asphalt down.
Either, or possibly do the
Or
same
do
thing
it
again
again.
if it protects it enough, yes. There's always that possibility that, that you could do, they do tar and chip roads multiple times before they have to completely resurface them. The other problem that we're running into, and I'm not as familiar with your roads because I've not been here that long, But the other problem we're running into, even with the paving that was done in 2025, is that because we have paved and paved and paved and paved and paved, now we've got these huge drop-offs on the sides of the roads.
Oh, yeah.
So the guys are working, they worked on Pine Hill the last couple of days, trying to put stuff along the side. I can't even do my completion report for the year until that's done, because Rick has to inspect it.
Yeah.
Okay. And if we were to do conventional paving on those roads, I'm sorry, you said 5 to 6 Township.
It would be, it's tarring and chipping, it's $4 a square yard for, the double coat of tar and chip.
No, I'm not talking cost.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking lifespan.
Lifespan
Did he indicate?
of what
Township is
I,
5 to 6.
5 to 6 years.
5 to
Yeah.
6 for the tarring and chipping
Yeah.
and the fog sealing, yes.
Okay. And conventional would be?
Paving?
Yeah.
I can't answer
That's
that.
it.
I
didn't
don't,
know if he-
no.
I didn't know if he gave you.
No, he
a-
did not.
Okay, that's
No.
all.
For history, Lamb's Gap almost needs paving. Like
Every-
every 5 to 10 years, we're paving that same section
Some,
because
yeah.
our base isn't good there.
Right.
Like that'd be best to do
A complete,
a what they call a full depth reclamation, which
Yes.
is mill it up and add concrete, and then you put a thin layer of asphalt over top of it.
yes.
That'd
But it's
be
gonna
more
very,
cost effective.
Very expensive.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's cost effective because then you don't touch it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Normal roads would go like 20 years with putting 2 inches of asphalt over
Right.
it, but
Okay.
And because those roads are not as heavily traveled, we may get longer out of it.
Yeah, because they don't see
Because
the
they're
traffic.
not, they don't see the
traffic.
amount of traffic that our other roads.
it would have been better to do it at like the 10 to 15 year span, but most of these are at 20 to 25.
Right, right. Johnny's concern is that if we let some of this go too long, we're gonna end up with a big bowl
With a-
Oh, yeah.
of problems.
Yeah.
With a
No,
re-
no.
with a really big
Yeah, no
bill.
suggestion letting any of this go.
And,
Okay.
you know, like I said, my thought is, you know, you've been stowing money in CDs for so long, that's what it's there for.
Yep. Agreed. Yep. Okay. Okay, what's next?
That's it.
Okay, so that means the
That's the
millage will
whole-
remain the same for 2026?
So, not to throw, I don't want to throw stones at anything, but
No, I wanna know your thoughts. because-
whatever, this is fine and this is all good, whatever, but what do we gotta do about the bill for Heisley Lane?
Oh, okay, I have some answer to that. We had 75,000 budgeted for 2025. I propose we pull that out
Okay,
and keep it separate
okay,
for Heisley Lane.
okay,
There's another 40,000 in your general fund budget for this year for
okay,
Heisley Lane, so there's 135.
yeah,
And we have a proposal from JHA, which I emailed to you.
yeah,
We've already paid part of that because
I'm sorry, you
the
said 75 and 40?
135,
that's 115.
or 115, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay.
I'm not
My math
mathing
was
today.
off. That's all right.
I've
that's all
been
right.
here for over
That's-
12
no,
hours,
no,
I'm
that's-
tired. Anyway, so, we have a proposal from JHA, which we've already done, paid for the H&H part of that.
Right, right,
So, that's about 30 for the engineering portion of it. So, we already have the money for that.
Okay.
And we have CDs for road
for that kind of
projects.
stuff, okay.
So, we need to get it repaired, like,
As soon as we can get the
yes.
Okay.
permit for it, but yeah. Okay, as long as we have a semi-plan for that, that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I just don't want that to,
No, I
Hit us
put
in the
another
face.
40 in there toward that for this year.
okay.
Okay. So that means the millage is gonna stay the same at .900. Thank you for your hard work on that.
You're welcome, I told you I love budgets.
Glad you love it. So we don't need the next budget workshop
That's up to you.
unless you.
I don't really know why we
Okay.
would, but that's,
Okay. Uh,
Should I get a night off?
yeah, yeah. Okay, any other thoughts? 'Cause-
well, What do we gotta do as far as advertisement?
I have to, you have to vote at the next meeting on Tuesday,
Okay,
to advertise it for adoption.
Right.
At the December meeting.
okay.
And then I advertise it, it's available for public viewing, I believe, for 20 days.
Yeah, something.
And we have time in between there, if you do it, actually, we'll be ahead of the game. You usually don't do that till November, we're ready in October,
Okay.
so.
Okay. Well, sounds like we're good to go. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
It is 6:50, one?
50.
Are you going by that clock or that?
I
go by
just
that.
glanced up.
I don't know how well that keeps, so
Okay.
that's fine. Is this